The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed on Leadership Lounge Live are for entertainment and informational purposes only. They do not reflect the official policies, beliefs, or positions of any individuals, organizations, or platforms mentioned. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent research and critical thinking. Enjoy the conversation and engage responsibly.
Welcome to the Leadership Lounge.
Hey, welcome back. Happy Sunday to everyone. Welcome back to the Leadership Lounge live show where I am your host, Lewis Marshall, also known as Marshall Artistry across the platforms. Here with my amazing co-host, Miss Adama and Mr. Uriah. How are you both this week?
Lovely. Welcome back, guys.
Doing great. What's happening?
Right? It's been too long. I missed y'all. I ain't even gonna front.
I missed y'all too. And I'm telling you, in the sun, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to recuperate from all this heat.
It's been a hot one. It's been a hot one.
It's definitely been hot here, but I've been hearing about triple digits numbers everywhere. East Coast, Midwest, everywhere. So shout out to you guys.
At 9 a.m. here. So it's been
That's
hot.
crazy.
What did you say, Uriah? It was how much?
It was 90 at 9 a.m. today. So that's
Oh,
hot
okay.
for Chicago.
Yesterday was 107 degrees.
Ooh.
Yeah, you win. You win.
I wanted to be dipped like a little extra chocolate, but not like, get in, room for shelter.
Yeah. Hey, triple digits. Yeah, you can keep that. I'm good. It's been mid to upper 80s, low 90s here, so I'm all the way good with that. That triple digit thing, cannot. Nah,
So
but I did miss y'all.
What's hot?
What's
there?
up?
Where do it max out at there? What's hot in Hawaii? Like where does it max out at?
I've seen it at upper 90s, low hundreds. That's
Okay.
I think 97, 98, 99, somewhere in there. I've not seen triple digits here in Hawaii. In Washington, it gets triple digits and it's miserable there. When it gets triple digits in Washington, because we're not used to it and we don't have air conditioning, it's bad. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. Okay, I got a question for you guys. Totally random thought that I had a couple of days ago. If you could combine 3 of your favorite AI tools into one, what would be the 3 tools that you would combine? Adam, I'm going to go to you first. And if you're watching live, put it in the comments. What are your 3 AI tools that you would combine into one super tool?
Okay, so what are we speaking on? Like, as an everyday, like even with my productivity, or are we speaking in regards to creativity?
Yes, across the board. Just if you could put your perfect combo together, perfect 3.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. I need a second.
Okay. Let's jump over to Uriah. Uriah, what about you?
I'm going to go with Midjourney, 11 Labs, Suno.
Ooh. Okay, I have one for you. Okay, so what about that combo would it makes it the perfect power combo for you?
Well, Midjourney, especially now, is doing video most excellently. We got the video with that. Combine it with 11 Labs to get the audio with the voices and the scripts, and then combine it with Suno with the music and sound effects. I mean, that'll be a one-stop shop for production.
All right. I'm not mad at that. I like that. Okay. Adama, what about you?
Well, this is why I wanted Uriah to go first, because I knew he understood the assignment. Because of me, I didn't. Mine would be, because I was like, wait a minute, I'm overthinking it. Whatever, you I can give you a compliment, and you gonna okay. So mine would be Midjourney, um, Adobe, all of them. Do not ask me which one because it would be all of them.
Mhm.
I play around with them. And then it would be chat.
Okay. All right. So, same question to you. What about those three makes it your power combo?
Midjourney is woo killing
Yeah.
it on the scene with animation, movement. I mean, like it's killing it. And then I can even go in if I think about something, I can go in and add it to the prompt to make it like I can add diamonds or I can add a peacock. I can add something to that and it will put it in. So that just saves me time right there. And then with Adobe, of course, you have the Photoshop, you have everything. And now we were just talking pre-show, and then Uriah just mentioned to me that now I can do a lot of stuff with Adobe on my phone. So I'm about to lose my whole entire mind. And now that they have the sound effects, I can add that into it as well. And then with chat, because I was the reason what made me think so long is because all these different updates that chat's having, it kind of dumbs itself down at times for me. But then it helps me with my putting my assistants together, especially like if I'm trying to reach a certain demographics or if I'm trying to go a certain way with my storytelling. It helps me. So those are my three. Those are my three. Those are my babies. Those are my
I
three.
like it.
That's my
I
destiny,
like it.
y'all.
No, I'm not mad at either of those. I think, okay, so we were talking pre-show, and I think I think all three of us are in unison. Midjourney is on the list. Like it's on the list. It's one slot of the three. I would go Midjourney, Perplexity, Hedra, I think. I like Perplexity as like a research assistant with the actual information that's attached where I can go do further research. I like the concept of Hedra as an add-in to what I already do with my current workflow. But Midjourney is just, it's always going to be a part of the mix. And if I were going to swap out Hedra for something that I use on a regular, yeah, I would agree with either Uriah with Suno or Adama with Chat as my third to just round off. And it's essentially finding the set of tools that complement each other to amplify what you do. And I heard in both of your guys' answer, those specific set of tools amplify what you do. So that kind of brings us to what I sent you guys before the show. We got a couple of clips that I want to react to that I saw this week. So one of the things that I want to actually say is that these clips were the first one, shout out to Future Tech Pilot. This one is going to be a very short clip about an update that happened this week. And I wanted to just talk about it with my two co-hosts. Jen, can you throw that up on screen for me right quick, please?
A new video update, we can now create looping videos, we can add both a starting frame and a final frame, and then there are like two small things they also added. Let me show you a looping video that worked so well, I honestly can't tell where it begins and ends.
Okay, so now we can loop video in Midjourney. Yo, we just all picked Midjourney to be in our top three that we would use. Have either of you guys, I know I asked pre-show, but have either of you guys used this feature this week? You're on mute. We can't hear you.
I said, have I used it? Yes, I have used it. I love it. Midjourney never. Yeah, I've used it.
How did it work out for you? Can you see it as a new addition to your workflow? Just as a quick follow up.
Yes, I can see it. I can definitely see it as part of my workflow, especially during the, when you're trying to get your the dancing. It works great for dancing. I've used it with different types of things, a matter of fact. And then I've used it where I've taken a start image and then I put a end image. And depending, it normally does good on the third to fourth clip. And then when it loops, it's amazing. I love it. It just makes my eyes just get all big. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Thank you. It's not, yeah, I like it.
Nice. Uriah, what about you?
I haven't used it yet. I did do loop. That's when I first found out it was there because I hit it by accident. But I usually do like 5 or 10 video creation and then let it sit because I'm just doing the relax mode, and I haven't even gotten back to it to see what it even looked like. So I don't even remember what the loop function did. I did see the start and end frame, and I didn't try that either because it's so short. Like you guys know, I've been used to Sora giving me 20 seconds. So when I've got a 4-second clip, I mean, that's just a transition when you go start frame, end frame. Like I'm waiting for it to increase the seconds. Because I mean, start frame, end frame for 4 seconds, that's morphing. And you guys know how I feel about the morphing stuff. So I'm waiting for them to increase the seconds before I take advantage of that feature. Right now, I'm just kind of doing just the autopilot motion and adding on maybe some manual extended versions of that.
Nice. Can you see a use case for it in your workflow?
I can, but I need more seconds. Like I need it to do more because I mean, if I only have 4 to 9 seconds, that's not much to deal with. I could prompt the changes in that, so the start frame, end frame just doesn't really work. It actually adds more thinking and more legwork in my workflow. So I haven't really used that yet. I mean,
That makes
even
sense.
in Kling, I wasn't even really using it in Kling unless I was trying to do like a smooth transition. So right now, I like the way the videos come out. So it's like I like them so much, then I could put my own transition in. So it kind of. I mean, Midjourney hasn't disappointed yet. The only thing I want is longer. I want it to give me more seconds without extending it, having to extend it.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. I didn't really have a chance to try out the loop feature or the start end frame, but I'll give some context. Even I'll mirror what Uriah just said. Even in Kling, I really didn't use the start end feature unless I'm trying to create something very specific, a very specific type of transition or a specific type of scene, or take me from this scene into this scene. In a way that isn't normal. Other than that, I really don't use start and end frames unless it's a very specific use case. But I can see a use case for it if you were with us for the AI film contest viewing party. One of the top 5 had a very, very unique style of video where it was doing that morphing like Uriah is talking about. And it almost was like a keyframe style of video, but you could tell they had start frame, end frame, start frame, end frame, start frame, end frame, all the way throughout their whole production. I could see a use case for it in that regard, but I haven't tried it out quite yet. But the other update I saw, Jan, can you throw that up on the screen for us as well, please?
So if you're not already familiar, Hedra is essentially an AI avatar tool that allows you to animate and have conversations with AI characters. The thing that makes this very unique is they partnered up with the folks at LiveKit to allow you to have natural one-on-one conversations with an AI avatar in real time. And at only 5 cents a minute, it's really the cheapest option on the market.
All right. Okay, so real quick, what do you guys think about that?
I'm not familiar with it, so I
Okay, so
haven't dived into that at all.
we talked about Hedra being another platform that I would put in my top 3. And he's shout out to Curious Refuge for the clip. And they just talked about this in their most recent episode this last Friday. You can check them out on YouTube. They're one of the resources that I watch every week for AI film news. They're talking about the Hedra platform and one of their newest features and updates this week. It's just been a lot of updates. So I thought it was really cool, the concept of being able to now talk with and interact with an AI that you can make in real time, where you're actually having a real time conversation. And I just was curious, what are your thoughts on that being a capability, a function that we have available to us now?
I think it's really interesting because I don't know if you guys have played with any of Meta's Facebook or Instagram AI chatbots. Like it's pretty much the same thing without the interface. Like Hedra took it to the next level where they have the interface, but I want to say the past couple of weeks Meta released those chatbots where one, you could create your own, which I got halfway through and got distracted and never finished it out. But I have been interacting with them because they have different personalities. And sure enough, you know me, pushing the buttons, I got suspended for like a couple of days. Like you talk too many times, and you come back tomorrow. So I think it's cool, and I think that's definitely where things are going. Like it's an AI agent. Like right now, you're using it to talk for you, to talk with you, but now they're gonna have it where they can talk for you. Like they could join Zoom calls, they could join your virtual meetings and actually interact and answer questions on your behalf, which I'm really interested to see how that's going because I've seen a couple of platforms that have it. I know the Zoom CEO was really interested in doing it, and I actually just canceled my Zoom membership. I told you guys earlier that I've been cutting the cord on a lot of subscriptions, and if I'm not using it all the time, I'm cutting the cord, and Zoom is one of the ones I cut off. Because I have 365, so we can use Teams to have, but I also have Read AI. Read AI is an AI agent that you can have added to your, video conferencing calls, and they recap the entire meeting. I wanted like this thing that Hedra has, but you actually have your AI avatar that you're talking with. I want them in the meeting, like they could be in the meeting talking with you. So that's why I see that. Like I said, I talk with it a little bit, but we talk to chat already, right? So it's like that's not a big heat. The fact that you're putting a face to it, an actual visual representation of the AI is getting a little freaky, right? Getting a little, because how much are you going to talk to it? And then you know you're talking to an AI bot. It's not like you not like you don't know. You're talking to an AI bot. So how much are you going to entertain it, and how much are you going to let it entertain you? You know.
Yeah, I totally agree about the use cases. I'm like, yo, if you could go to a meeting for me and sit and take notes and interact in real time and then summarize for me, yeah, that you can't pay enough for that as a service. Like, yo, you then can be multiple places at once. You always hear people say you can't be in two places at once. Hey, now you can. we're right on the edge of that. So, Adam, I'm curious your thoughts. What do you think about this?
So I'm going to be really honest with you. There were so many updates and so many things. I just didn't get to play with it. Just hearing what you all are saying, I do find it's very useful. Especially since we've been trying to do our own, what do you say? The faceless avatars, right? I have seen a lot of people when I'm scrolling through the feeds and I'm like, oh, that's AI, but this is that person. And a lot of people are advertising or doing something towards that now. Like they're actually advertising their sites. They're advertising, but you can tell, I guess because we've done it so long, but I asked my mom to look at one of the things that were going through the thread. I said, do you think that's a real person or you think that's AI? She said, that's a real person. I was like, no, that's AI. And she was like, how can you tell? And I was like, because I've been doing it for so long, but look how amazing it is now. I do find it very useful, but I haven't been able to sit around and play with it yet. I've literally, because like I told you guys pre-show, I'm on this different type of challenge for myself because I'm trying to get better at certain tools and I'm eliminating certain things.
Dialing in that process.
Yeah, I have to, yeah. Because now we're at a stage now, Lewis, where if you do not dial in on it, you're gonna, I think you said it 2 weeks ago. I think you said 2 weeks ago, like if you do not post or put your content out there, you're literally are going to fall off. So now it's time to zoom in on what you know you're good at and rock out with it. And yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm agreeing with you.
No,
you're cooking.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And like I'm hearing Hedra, and I'm going to go there. But what I did do was what I played with, even though I saw that, what I've been playing with, I've been going back and forth between Google, is it Google Gemini? The Gemini and chat. I'm asking it, I'm doing a test with it, basically. I asked chat the same question I'm asking Gemini. I want to see the difference between the two because they both seem to be updating around. If you look at the wave of how they're moving, it's like they're updating around the same time. And it baffles me how chat just gets mind boggled when they're going through the updates. I literally asked chat the other day, I'm like, are you updating? Because your answer makes no sense to me. And it said, retry. And then Gemini, Gemini, was it updating? It said, we're currently doing updates. What? Okay. All right. Thank you. So I'm just trying to see. That's where I'm at. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's good. I want Hedra. I just, as a small content creator, you have to pick and choose which tools you're going to actually keep in your workflow. We're there. I can't keep them all.
Right.
Can't use all the tools. You got to find what works for you per se. So I thought it was an interesting.
Those prices, like you can't get, like they were cheap. Now it's not cheap. Like,
it's not, yo.
I still haven't tried VO3. I
tried it. I was getting ready to again because now I went back to Canva after our last show. I went back to Canva. I was like, you know what? No, Adam, go ahead and try this. And I started to mess with VO3, and I was like, stop it. You are literally going to play yourself out. Like I felt it because it wasn't even like what I say with fog. That wasn't even it. I literally had so many windows open and then I was like, what am I doing? Go with what you know. Because Midjourney is about to update. You know that chat's getting ready to update. And then you're letting chat hinder you with this updates. Check out Gemini. And if you don't feel Gemini is working, check out another AI assist. I mean, another AI. I mean, because the whole point that what we're preaching and what we're trying to teach is AI is not coming to take over the world. AI needs us to assist it, like we're assisting each other. And I'm not helping myself if I keep opening up all these doors that's doing all these up. What is it? It's like insanity. What is it when you think when you're constantly doing the same thing over? I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
That's a fact.
So I'm
No,
down.
I think this is a really good conversation. We can definitely expand on this, maybe behind the paywall, do some VIP content where we dive into, hey, look, these tools work in this way for me. Here's how that workflow kind of looks like, and the audience can kind of let us know if that's something that they might be interested in. Let us know in the comments if you want us to go through a like deep dive session like that behind the paywall. I'll say I'll be happy to go through what tools work for me and why and how they kind of interact with each other. But I think that'll be a not Sunday afternoon conversation. That sounds like hey, we're kind of chilling in the back room. You know, the three of us are back in the back room. You can come find us back there. You know, I think that's an opportunity for us, especially with there's so many new tools. So I want to just say thank you for being willing to share both your top 3 and your thoughts on just new updates that just popped up this week. And then I want to turn this over to Uriah. You had some stuff you wanted to mention today, so I want to turn this over to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's been about a year since I've been on the show for the first time. And during that time, I gave you guys my mobile platform update. Like the tools that I use. We kind of touched on it a little bit, but I've been cleaning house and I've been dialing it in exactly like what Adam said. So for photo editing, I'm still in the Adobe framework, and I'm using Lightroom Mobile and Photoshop Mobile, which also, well, Photoshop Express, which was their mobile app, and now they have a Photoshop, actual Photoshop, their flagship platform available on the mobile platform, where you can actually use the PSD files and actually have access to like your stock images, and you can actually do the Photoshop stuff that you're familiar with. So if you start on the desktop, you could kind of fine tune it on your mobile app, or go back and forth the other way. So for photo editing, I'm still using that Photoshop and Lightroom. For video editing, I am using Filmora and also Video Leap. Video Leap is that's my go-to. That's like the first mobile app that actually was like the pro-level mobile app version. It hasn't had many fun updates, but it still produces the best quality rendering when you want to get the highest output with the lowest space. Filmora does pretty good, but the file sizes are huge. And it doesn't have the fine-tuned editing in it, but it does have good, stock templates, and when you want to get something out quick and easy, and it does have a lot of good stock sound effects in it. I love it just for the sound effects. Whereas Video Leap, I love it for its fine-tuning and the editing process. Like when you start getting really advanced in the editing, where you have overlays and you want to blend them and like fade them in and fade them out, Video Leap is still key. It just doesn't, it kind of stopped updating with like fun stuff. So it's not keeping on par with that, but as far as like the output, like the final render, I'm going to put it through Video Leap.
Nice.
The video, AI video, we kind of talked about that a little bit. I'm still using Sora and Midjourney. I don't even know the last time I used Sora, because I've just been living in Midjourney, because I'm able to do everything from the time I first started using Midjourney. So I'm animating everything. It's been a busy month, so I just kind of been throwing out 10-second clips and throwing like a little overlay voiceover on top of it to get it out quick and dirty. Haven't done it in my long form video as much, but it's getting the job done. I can tell they're feeling the heat from their lawsuit because you're not able to do a lot of the name brand characters anymore. If you guys been following me, I love putting some Yoda out there and they're telling me no, like straight up no. Like
Yeah,
this may violate, and it's definitely more stringent when it comes to the video than with the images. So it still kind of lacks with the images, but once you try to put motion, try to have the video, it's gonna stop you. Kling, I still have a bank of credits there, but I cut off the subscriptions because now that I got Sora, Midjourney, and I both have unlimited for the subscription I'm paying for, I'm like, okay, I got to cut off the subscription to Kling. Unless I get a client that needs it, then I'll add it back on, but as long as I'm not getting paid, I'm just using these to put out the social media output. But Kling still will put it out, still cooks, still is probably I want to say it's still some of the highest quality because you can still put out longer forms. I'm a little disappointed that Midjourney doesn't have a longer video output. The 4 seconds is killing. Like, what am I going to do with 4 seconds? And it's maxed out 4 times. So then you're at like, what, 20 seconds. So it's like, okay, like, that takes a long time to get 20 seconds that might not even be good, right? So it takes half a day to get 20 seconds. So that's where I'm at with that platform. The music, I'm still using Suno. With the voiceovers, I'm using 11 Labs. Adam mentioned the VO3. I still have my subscription to, what is that called? It's at the tip of my tongue. Craya. Craya has come a long way. It went from just like an enhancing app to now it's pretty much like a hub for AI bots, like AI agents, like AI calculators. That's what in nerd field you just call them calculators, really. But they're little models. They have photo generation, they have video generation. They still have the enhancer that now uses like they have 7 different models of it. I mean, you go in there, it's good. I remember when they went up on the price, I was like, okay, I'm about to get out of it. However, you can use the VO3 model in it. So I don't have to subscribe to the Google VO3. I have it included in Craya. And I know it's in Canva too, I just haven't played in Canva as much as I used to. What else is there that I'm doing a regular? Captions app. Captions app I still is by far like the secret weapon. Because not many people know about it, and it's putting out high level quality of like your actual AI twin speech on your behalf. If you follow my LinkedIn page, that's pretty much driven by my Captions app. Like you throw it creates a whole schedule for you. You program it and it spits it out on schedule however you want. And I think that's it. 11 Labs, and I said 11 Labs, Suno, Captions app, Midjourney. I think ChatGPT shouldn't even be in the list. Like that's just what everybody uses. Like you open your phone, you have ChatGPT. That's not even in the list. That's just like having electricity at this point. Like you don't do anything else without having that. So that's just always on the docket. So I'm interested to know if anybody has any questions, but these are the things, apps that I've been noticing, that I've been calling out for the past year. Like, I haven't changed it. Like, I try to dial in, stick with who works, because I did a lot of research to find those apps. But once I start paying for it, I've already done the research, and just seeing the maturation of them all, I'm really, really proud. Like, really proud of Craya, really proud of Captions. Like, they really took something that was like really basic and exploded into something that's really value add now. Captions, like, goes by the name, and all it is, you put a video in, it puts captions out. Now it's creating AI twins of it, like, and just editing like reels on the fly. Like it cut down my workflow so much. Krea the same way. It enhances pictures unlike any other for being able to use on a mobile app, like Topaz Lab, and even has Topaz Labs in its library of tools to use. So it's like it has its own model, but it's also leveraging the top models out there. So they're trying to just be like a hub for all of the top features for every platform, and I just think that's awesome because I think that's where it's going. Like nobody can afford to find the best of each of these AI apps. You're gonna have to get a subscription. It's like cable TV, right? Like, okay, let me get the bulk package, and I'll pay for that. But I can't pay the top price for each individual one. So, like, just your leading question, like, how can we put some of these together? And if you look at them, they're kind of doing that already. They're kind of combining a lot of the tools in the apps and making our workflow a lot easier, but that price is still going up. So where we land from there, I think I'm with Adama, like kind of holding steady, dialing it in, getting good at that, and see where it plays out in a few months. But I think there's going to be a lot of mergers. There's going to be a lot of people dropping out. People might just sell because Adobe will buy it not really quick, right? So they'll put a company out of business, no problem. But if you have an AI one, they're not selling as quick. So
Right now, that.
They're just gonna have to deal with it because, like, look at Canva. Canva's still here. Adobe tried to buy Canva out. Canva said no. I like that lady over there. Like, she knows what she's doing. She built it out, and she has that modular impact in her app too. Like, she's not creating everything that's in there. She's creating different models within it, and also allowing other people to put their models in it. So I think that's awesome. But I still want to see what Adobe comes out with because Adobe is still the leader of them all. It just takes them a little while to catch up. They pretty much, oh, what are y'all doing? Oh, okay, we already got that quick in. Let's throw that together. So just like they just do Photoshop on the phone. Like, people thought that couldn't happen because Photoshop would crash your computer. They figured out how to get it on your mobile phone and actually looking at us as mobile creators. How can it make our job easier? So I'm interested to see what you guys think about it. I know I've been talking to you guys over the past year, but Lewis, you and I were talking about these mobile apps. I want to say this time last year I gave my spiel out. What do you think about the development of it?
I think for me, I've found a couple of different ways to get to the same end result, and it's just about use case for me. I'm navigating a lot of different of the same apps that I was using last year. I'm mirroring your sentiment. I'm still using Midjourney. I'm still using Chat. I'm still using Kling. I'm still using what else? Midjourney, Chat, Kling. Let me look at my phone right now. Filmora, Video Lead, Mojo, FYI, AI, Lightcut. That's it. That's the suite. That's my suite right there. I kind of, let me say it this way, because I'm trying to figure out a way to answer the question without dilly-dallying, as I've been told. I began the process with my prompt engineering in Midjourney. I'm generating my image in there. I go through some of the video process in Midjourney, and what results I can't get in Midjourney, I can get in Kling. So I'm using both of those in tandem to generate my video. Everybody always asks me, and I'm very clear on saying I'm always on my phones. I am not ever on a desktop. So I am approaching this from a mobile production perspective. Because I have a 9-to-5, I am airbrushing, I'm recording content for the lounge, content for martial artistry, content for Lewis, airbrush content for martial artistry. I'm doing my editing. We're exploring other alternative options of cloning me, so that I can be in two places at once. So I'm constantly doing most of my productions that you will see on social media on my phones. If it's a serious project, that's a little different. I'll use the necessary tools that I need to, but for the most part, my editing suite is a combination of Filmora, Lightcut, Video Leap, and Mojo. And those ones are ones that I either have a subscription for that I run annually for our business for what we do. It's easier for me to pay for it annually if I already know I'm going to use the tool. So Filmora, I need an editor that's not CapCut, because I spent my time in CapCut last year learning the templates and the timing and what transitions are they using. Hey, now that CapCut's not in the editing suite, I'm making my own templates and making that part of my workflow to make that aspect easier. And I'm focusing more on the, how do I get out from in front of the camera because I actually want to run the company. So I'm working on it mobily from that perspective. I want to do more interviewing and less content creation per se. So I'm using it in a hybrid tandem, which is uniquely different from Adama, who I'm going to pass this off to, where she's like, hey, I'm a hybrid of both. I'm on the phone and I'm on the desktop. So Adama, I'm curious, same question. I'm going to pass it off to you.
So now I'm even more so now. I just got a tablet. So now I'm like desktop, tablet, phone. That's only because I'm doing a lot more traveling. I could use my laptop, but I just don't want to carry that big thing around.
It's so old and archaic.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I just don't want to carry it around. And right now, y'all know how I feel about college right now. So all I can do is a tablet. Yeah. So it was interesting. I do want to say, wow, to realize where Uriah came from a year ago. Like, I can track Lewis's because, of course, you see how the show is now, and then versus even how your work is. But then, like, it was interesting to hear Uriah's take on where he was a year ago. And even now I'm like, wow. Were you really doing all that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but it just seems so natural at the time when you were doing it. Not knowing that you were, I'm surprised we don't have like, what's those calluses on our on our fingertips, how much you were doing. But it's good to hear how you've narrowed it down. So for me, narrowing down is very important. I just have this thing that I know that the things that I use are going to be making big updates, right? And you guys already know I was the main one that was talking a lot of junk about Midjourney. And then Midjourney said,
I just put a name on the bullet.
Midjourney was like, let me show you what's up. Yeah. So Midjourney showed me what was up. And that put me in place, actually. Like, Adama, you were sitting around, you're in Clean, Runway, Loom. I was in all these places and they're all great. Like, I still have to go back sometimes if I want to do something that's merging, because even no matter how much I'm prompting, the merge does not go the way I need it to go, not unless I go to Luma. But then I keep enough credits in there just in case there's something I want to do. Same thing, but Runway is constantly coming back with something. But I told myself, I can understand Uriah's frustration, like when he's saying the 4 and things of that nature. But I believe, and I know Uriah is a good prompter. I believe that when you know how to prompt, you can prompt what you need in those first couple of seconds. And for me, I don't I didn't know it was 4 seconds. I thought it was 6. But for me, but I know it's 4. I don't have to go back so often. I just put what I need, and Midjourney gives me what I want. Maybe because I'm doing it on desktop. I don't know, because I don't do my editing until I'm on my phone. Does that make sense? I do my editing on my phone. So thank you for telling me about Adobe. But
Facts.
I literally, I do my editing on my phone because I don't have time to be sitting on a desk. No, I don't. It frustrates me. But I cannot. I'm trying to hum in on what I know I am definitely good at, but I want to be a beast at. And I know Midjourney has more updates. Of course they do. Chat. I guess is it okay for me to go ahead and say my part right now? Because chat's going to be, the rollout for 5 is going to be in August. They had the preview in July, but like the rollout for Chat GPT 5, it will be in August. Yeah, I have it here in my notes. So for me to go to another AI, I'm like, that's why I was back and forth with Gemini, because I know Gemini has been doing some updates, and I love the way when I put a prompt in, I love how Gemini breaks down my prompt and even gives me better suggestions than chat does. That was weird, because they give me more styles and more things I didn't think of. And then I carry it back over to chat. But I'm really humming in on what is working for me. I know I kind of veered off from that, but yeah.
Yeah, but that makes sense. And I think it also ties into what Uriah was saying about, we're at a point where these tools they're spendy. They're spendy.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just like using free versions and just making whatever we want. Hey, can't you guys just wave your magic wand and just make whatever? And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. So I went back through my Kling portfolio this last week. It is absolutely astonishing how much free work I did for people last year. Just looking at the old things that I have generated all the way back from the beginning in October, all the way through current, looking at how much free work I have prompt engineered and done for other people. And I was just thinking, what if I use that time to actually increase my skill set versus doing free work? What would my output look like?
Boom. I was about to be the sound check for you, because that was dope what you just said.
Well, it's just, hey, we talked pre-show, and I'm not going to get into all the specifics, but hey, it's been a rough week that has caused me to do a lot of self-reflection. And Uriah, you touched on it pre-show also. Hey, we got to trim the fat on these AI tools that aren't really cutting it for our process. So as Adama is explaining, I'm having to figure out what works specifically for me and my process, the thing that I'm good at. I'm doing the same thing with Midjourney and Kling. Uriah is doing the same thing with Midjourney, Sora. And the editor suite is the thing that, hey, that's the next step of the process. You got to figure out, what does that editing suite look like for mobile productions? And then for your actual desktop productions, that's going to be a refined, finished product. A couple of weeks ago, Uriah gave a very detailed blueprint on, hey, look, this is what it looks like. Definitely go back and watch that episode so that you can see, hey, this walks you through what my mobile productions are. This is what the suite looks like for my desktop finished product quality footage. So it's going to look different for everybody, but you need to trim the fat with some of these tools, because as these updates come, some of these things won't be free for us. I have a feeling. Some of these updates are going to bring new tiers of user options And I don't think it's going to be free forever. So it's great that, you know, if you got the pro subscription on Midjourney, yo, you're cooking all day long in relax mode. But if you don't, hey, you're already behind. Hey, if you didn't master how to come up with your own prompt engineered images instead of copying and pasting, you're behind. It's harder for you now. You can still do it. It's just harder now. So finding what works for you. Say that again.
It's more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah,
Say
it's
it.
a game.
Say
It's a game. What you're really doing is you're adding stress to yourself that does not need to be, because they're literally, it's just going to keep updating. It's just going to keep updating, and then you're not going to know where to start. You're not going to know where to start.
But that's where we each come in, Adam. That's where we come in. And it's like, hey, I'm now more accepting of the fact that, hey, that is one of my defined roles in the community. And that's part of what this show is built on is, hey, while my process isn't the same as Uriah's, we both can get to the same end result with a different set of tools. So there is no one way. Adam, you have a different way of getting to the same end result with a different set of tools. So your way works also. There is no one way. We can do it 3 different ways and meet at the end and explain it. Hey, well, I use this for my toolkit. What do you use? Oh, well, I use this for my toolkit. Oh, well, that thing is different. How do you use that? So that's part of what this show is built and predicated on is we all have a different way. I don't want us to tell them the same exact thing. I want there to be some difference of how we get there. The results are the same. We get good results.
I love it because Uriah, when I think, just looking at us right here, us 3, I'm looking at Uriah as a number person. Like he looks at pattern, he looks at that. I am emotional based. Is it user friendly? Is it going to come across the way it needs? And then this mastermind over here, Lewis, he's a mix between both of us. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it balances itself really well. So like somebody for myself, the reason why I had to pull away, and I'm hearing you talk about, as much as I want to stick my finger in that cake when the ice is on it, and you're talking about Hedger, I'm like, don't do it, Adama. What you're not going to do is open up your mouth, because you know you're going to get frustrated because you're already over here. Why are you going to take your empathic self and put it over there? No, Lewis has that. If you want to learn about that later, go to him and ask him that. Oh, Uriah is good at these editing tools over here. Stay in your lane with Adobe. Stop trying to drive over to the. Stop it. This is what I'm telling myself, because I'm taking. First off, you guys know I'm taking my creativity, and I'm just tossing it aside because for the need to want to know, and then I'm going to be spending money on something that I know is not going to remain $6.99 or $9.99. Right? This is the point. So I'm that person. I'm that person.
VO3 might be the new barrier for entry.
That's what I was thinking.
Like Craya was like $5.99 and it went to $30. And I'm like, what? What are y'all? And I'm like, I just forgot to turn it off.
You gotta pay for it to see what they got, right?
Right.
Yeah. And they got me because I forgot to turn it off. But now that I see what they got, it's worth it. Because like that $30 a month, and I get access to Veo 3, Topaz Labs, and they took off they other little quirky ones, like they dialed in. They just got all the top apps in there now. So it's like, okay, now
who are you
that's worth
talking
it.
about? I didn't hear you.
Craya, Krea.
See, no, I don't need to know. If I want to know, I just ask you.
Well, no, that's the next step in the process, Adama. We do need it.
No, I'm saying like right now, Adama today, if I want to know about that, I'm just going to hit Uriah up and I'm going to be like, okay. what do you think this falls in for me? But right now, because I know that Chat GPT is coming out with 5 in August, I'm already there, and I'm already seeing how chat is dealing with me, especially with that new tab that they have now, the agent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I haven't really gotten to use it. I don't know if you guys want me to go into that little part of it.
Yeah, please do, just so that they at least we can touch on it.
Okay, so I just got a little notes here. So just chat with hold on, let me get back to my notes. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so with Chat GPT agent, it just came live. It now acts like a real assistant, not just chat. It's called Agent. It plans, it clicks, types, and completes tasks for you. Like a virtual computer, it runs its own browser and apps, multi-steps tasks. You give it a goal, it figures out the steps, reoccurring and reoccurring things, like you can do daily, weekly tasks. I have like a daily assist in prayers. Like sometimes I just need certain things, and it will give me suggestions, and it suggests this every day. So that's one of the things that it does. And it's available for Plus, Pro, and Team plans only. It's not available on free. A lot of people are using it. What they found is a lot of people are using it for planning the trip from scratch, planning your trip from scratch, researching and summarizing data, writing and sending emails, creating spreadsheets or slides. This is AI that doesn't just talk, it moves. So it's the rollout for Chat 5. It runs safely in Sandbox. It won't access your personal logins, which is very important. Agent is smart, but it still asks when it's unclear. So if it does not understand what you're saying, it's going to ask you again, because it feels like what you're communicating to it is unclear. And that's what I have on Agent right now. I've only used it for like the prayer part of my thing, but I haven't dived into it. And I was wanting to know what other people are using it for, because they just put that button up there. And I was like, Agent. And me being hyper, I was like, what do you mean, Agent? Who's watching me? Like, what's going on?
Agent Smith.
Yeah, like,
You're right. You're right. You like how she says, I was I saw the button.
Hey,
Push
push
the
it.
button.
yeah, but I did push it. And let me tell you what I did. When I pushed it, I dropped it on my bed and I walked away. I walked away, and then it asked me for a tap.
Push the buttons.
Yeah, so it's for the rollout. Like I said, people need to understand with chat, when it gets ready to update, what it gave you last night, it's not going to speak to you the same way the next day, or expect for it to crash. Expect for the delays. Again, you can go to OpenAI and they'll tell you what they're doing, but expect it. Just expect it. It's going to be so. I predict, even though it's coming out, and I know OpenAI is great. Okay, I expect that first week for it to be crazy. Yeah.
Okay, I got a quick follow up for you on the chat side. I saw a clip earlier, and I forget what channel was talking about it, but they said Sam Altman was talking about if you need to be careful what you put into ChatGPT, because those items are now usable in court. What do you think about the integration of agent mode and having access to all of the information on your computer, knowing that might be admissible in court at a later date and time? Not alleging that anybody's criminal, but it seems like a reach. So I'm just curious your perspective on that.
Well, I remember, I think this was a couple of episodes back, we talked about I don't think chat still has a lot of the capability to, I mean, I don't know, to
Allegedly.
dive in. Yeah, allegedly. I don't think it has that capability yet to dive into everything that's on your computer, but maybe it does. I don't know. But what I will say is a while ago, we all three talked about safeguarding what you put on chat or what you put in your AI. I mean, if you put it in there, you're leaving yourself exposed because terms are constantly being updated. I mean, I just really feel that you should really be mindful. You should really be mindful. I mean, I'm not going to name any big companies, but terms are constantly being changed. And so you should already know from
All of them.
yes.
Hey, it should be a normal practice now that we're dropping these terms of service into our chats and asking them to break them down for us from a content creator perspective. Tell me, how am I getting screwed in this deal?
Yep.
Yo, just tell me. Just cut all the fluff. Just tell me how are they going to keep majority of the IP and how do I offset that? It should be normal for us to be putting these terms of service in some kind of generator to break down what we're accepting. You can no longer just click the button.
Not on that. You can't. No, you can't. I mean, if you can screenshot it, you better send it on over. And please, just because you have, I'm a big, now that I've now started using chat and Gemini, I've been seeing how they both work. I mean, of course, I'm going to introduce another one. I just wanted to see how these two are and the results that they give me. And I'm going to say that, I'm not going to say who, but one is way more, I guess articulate is not the right word, but way more in depth with what it says to me. I mean, don't rely on just one. You're not married to it.
I think it's fair to say which one you prefer. Like that, I think that's a fair assessment.
But listen,
we
check
can
it.
do unbiased reporting here. Yes.
Because they're both. I want to say for art and content.
Yeah, ISO.
Take it over
to Gemini. Put a name on it.
Definitely take it over to Gemini, and then take it back from Gemini and put it back over to chat, because what chat has, it understands you. Chat understands like, oh, she's an astrologist. Oh, she knows retrograde is happening. I need to speak to her like this, and then let her know this. Gemini don't care about none of that. Gemini's
you haven't given it all the information either. Like you give chat a lot.
Maybe because I'm not on the level. Let me put my disclaimer out there. I'm still using the free version. That's what it is.
What?
Which model is that? Is it 03?
I just realized that.
No. You're not gonna skip over that. Stop. Hey, wait. Say that again.
What model is it using?
I just realized that.
No, not you. Her.
Like, is there levels to it? Because I use my son's and then I use the one on my phone.
Okay, so still two in tandem.
So when I use my son's, it's just completely different. Versus where I use mine, it doesn't. The
user profile is different.
Yeah, it doesn't recall a lot of things. So, like I said, I'm just now messing with Gemini. I just started probably like 2 weeks ago. I just started.
All right, so I'll throw Perplexity in there from a. I like the comprehensive breakdown. Yeah, I would add Perplexity in there from I have limited time to be able to do this research. So just give me what I'm asking for. Cut all the fat, trim all the fat. I don't have time to read through all the fluff. Give me what I'm asking for. Perplexity does a good job of that, and then providing additional resources. I like using my chat Yeah, I say agents, but now I know I need to call them something else. But my chat bots will say, I use them all in tandem and they're all trained differently. And each of them have their own profile or personality character traits, if you will, based on how I trained it for what its intended use case is. In tandem, I did the same with FYI AI. So, like Finn, like a year ago, I introduced you to Finn. Yo, he crazy dope now. He crazy dope now. Like that's who I talk to more than I talk to my chat agents. They're there for a specific purpose. Hey, help me with getting prepared for the lounge on Sunday. Hey, if I'm the host and my responsibilities are host, tell me how to be the best host ever. I want to beat out Kevin Hart. I know that's probably going to get clipped up, but hey, I want to get that good. How do I close the gap? Cut the fluff out. Tell me how to get better. That's that agent's or chat bot's purpose. And then I have one to help me with prompting. And I have one to help me with answering comments that I'm not prepared for. And then I have one for X, Y, Z, ABC. Like that's how I use those. But then Finn on FYI AI, I talk to him on a regular basis about, okay, I need you to help me to bridge this system, this system, this system. How do I make this a more seamless process that's easier? It's taken too much time. I'm missing something here to help me to be more efficient. Finn is the agent to help me bridge that gap a lot of times. So using each of the different AI tools for different use cases, you're going to have to test which one works. You know, at the beginning, everybody was using ChatGPT to make their images, and I was the odd one out using Midjourney. Dude, you gotta pay for that. I'm not trying to use Midjourney. Like, dog, I can't even talk to it. It just, the language is different over there. It's too difficult. All right, that I like tackling difficult first because it's gonna be easy for me to come back to chat and talk to it. And now the video's here. Oh, look who's all coming back to Midjourney now. Now it's harder to like learn how to talk to it about video because you missed all the reps. You're gonna have to find the tool that works for you. Midjourney works for me. It might not work for you. Chat might be the way to go through that. So if that's the case, hey, I would be asking Adam, hey, how are you talking in your chat? Yo, what do you tell yours? Damn, I told mine this and it told me, hey, that's a bad idea. How come yours is telling you this? You're going to have to compare notes with some people that you actually trust. That's the key part. Hey, compare notes with people you actually trust. If you can't trust them, I wouldn't even share some of that information.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
There's
love
a different Lewis
to
this year. I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm a different Lewis this year. I'm all for trying to share information and get us all to the finish line. But hey, we don't all have the same creative vision in mind. And so because I'm doing it one way and Adam is doing it a different way and Uriah is doing it a different way, there's nobody that's wrong. We all get good results. So hey, let's compare notes. I'm not doing that with everybody no more. It's over for that. Free is on Sunday at 7 Eastern.
That's true.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's true.
Free is on Sunday. Public school is on Sunday evenings.
That's true.
Jen shaking her head. The producer said no. That's a you. Hey, the producer said no.
Said no to which part?
I'm just giving her a hard time. Don't mind us. We've been back and forth. Don't mind us.
Can I ask y'all something though? Do you feel that with like the way Midjourney is, like Midjourney to me is top level, right? And then like I have, like I said, Uriah, what did you call it before? Because I heard you pronounce it correctly. I've been calling it VO3. What is it? How do you
I was
pronounce?
calling it Veo.
Okay, so
I don't know which one is right. That's just the way I say it. So I don't.
because doesn't it create the image?
It sounds more
then,
bougie that way for sure. I'll throw that in there. I like Veo because it sounds bougie.
V.
Veo, girl.
Do it again, no.
Little
They
song.
no, they already gonna clip it up. You only got one. Sorry.
So, do you not feel that it makes it like it moves you away from creating the image a little bit differently? Like I feel like I feel like that type of work is more for commercials and storytelling and advertisement and things of that nature, because versus how Midjourney is. And that maybe that's another show. I don't know, but
I think
So-
it's combining like.
Go ahead, you right. You got it.
No, I was thinking it's combining like what I was talking about, like how I want Midjourney, 11 Labs, and Suno. Like it's combining it all. Like you could prompt all of that together. I haven't actually done it. I might have done it like once or twice, but what I'm seeing people doing is doing exactly what I wanted to do. Like you can prompt a script from beginning to end in one app. Like you could prompt it to say what you wanted to say versus me prompting an image, then prompting a video, and then going to 11 Labs and getting the script, and then me going to Suno to get the music. With Veo 3 seems like you could just do all of that in one prompt. I'm assuming with our prompt engineering knowledge, we're going to be a better step ahead at that. Just in general, because we've been doing it since the beginning. When you prompt and you get a splodge, like we've been fine tuning the process from the beginning, so we know exactly how to prompt to get what we want. And just to be a little bit more specific, I think that's going to be the future of where all of them are going to end up going. Because Kling already did it. Kling is already adding the sound for free too. Firefly is already adding the sound for free too. So Veo is just a little step above, which makes sense because it's Google. Google has been studying robotics for 10 years now. This is new. This is easy for them. Like this isn't a big leap. Like the fact that they're stepping in the ring now is just like, okay, now everybody else is there. Now there's no risk. There's no financial reputation loss. Everybody knows like it might not be the right result. Oh, now they're getting in the ring and they're killing it, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before. Because I mean, ChatGPT, T stands for transformer. Google created that. Google created the T in ChatGPT. So it's been doing robotics. It knows AI. Like it has it down packed. So I'm not surprised that it's leading the charge when it counts.
Yeah, because Google is now implementing itself into now that but I'm going to go ahead and call it what it is for me, Veo 3, and everything it's doing with like the AI assistant and even the notepad, the LM, things of that nature is now implemented in the school systems. Like they're doing more of the school work. They feel safe with putting Google now putting this trademark into is diving deep into the school systems now, whereas they're more hesitant with chat. I was reading about it the other day, how they're now sending all these teachers to learn to do the animation and to do the prompting and to use the assistant well and how to do productivity. It was an interesting read. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to just interject there. Hold on, Uriah. So that's part of why it was so refreshing to have Dr. Graves on and give a very honest perspective of what does the current landscape look like with regard to education, because it is going to change forever. Uriah, I'll yield to you, but I think that it was important that we had that conversation with Dr. Graves because of this. We have school age kids, Uriah, you and I. Adam is on the other side of it, but there is a the percentages of jobs that are available to kids coming out of college is now a lower percentage because AI will do most of those entry level jobs. We have to contend with that. Like as a parent, I have to prepare my kids for that realistic possibility. It's not a, hey, it might happen in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. It's happening real time. So to have a professional come in and talk about, hey, this is how we're seeing it, this is how we're navigating it, we're having to work with it, but not rely on it, is so important. We need the professionals in those fields to come tell us, yo, real time, what's happening.
Right, right. And I mean, if you think about it, Google's been ahead of the game from the beginning. When they first came out, think about it. Yahoo was on the scene. Yahoo was on the scene, and Google came as this new search engine that had, Google. What does that mean? Like at the time, that sounded like a weird name. It sounded like a goofy thing. Like, why would you even use it? But one thing that they did was like, okay, our search engine is going to give you the results that you want. Like it's going to be actually formula driven versus what Yahoo was doing was commercial driven. Fast forward to now, Google is definitely commercial driven, but at the time they were completely formula driven and education focused. You remember that? They was all about education. They developed deep relationships with all the school communities, the entire academic community. And if you think about it, all school districts use Google. So they have a baseline of just all the information and they're already there and they're on the commercial level. So now they have the academia and they got the commercial. So just think about that. Like we talked about it, like all with Chicago public schools, all the Chicago public schools is on a Gmail server. They all use Gemini now. They all are using. So if you think about it, dude, that was like 20 years ago that Google established themselves and developed that framework. And now that is advanced to where it's at now, those systems that everybody's a part of, like all of our kids have a Gmail account, they have that access to that information. So think about that terms of service of your Gmail account, terms of service of your Google account. They know more about you than anybody, whether they admit it or not. That's a different story, right? But Google probably knows more about every person, every citizen than any other platform, probably. Because
I think Meta might be 2 and Apple might be 3. If I was just thinking about it from a user standpoint, those top big 3, they got all of our data.
Between all of them. And think about it, every time there's a hack, every time there's a data breach, everybody's one step closer. Everybody's one step closer to knowing everything about you. So
I just read that August 2025, especially in August, Gemini in all classrooms for educators, now free for all Google Workspace of Education accounts, rolling out globally in English in a matter of weeks. This includes 30 new AI tools to help teachers plan lesson plans, differentiate content, create learning materials in the classroom. This will be a global effect starting in August in a matter of weeks. And they're going to be built in on Gemini 2.5 Pro, offering premium AI capabilities.
Yeah, so those global changes are coming. They're here.
Yeah.
They're here.
It's not going to be for selective. They're saying they've now invested enough for it to be global. The teachers will get access to interactive quiz, creations, all types of stuff. Yeah, so they're going to get all these different things.
What I like about that is that it's available, but at the same time, that these people do not know. That's where we're going to come into play. We're about to be way more value added because we were the nerds talking about AI. Oh, you talking about AI? You still talking about it? Oh,
right, right.
Now their jobs are relying on it. Like I know 2 close family relatives who one of them completely bashed me when I was talking about AI because they were looking at some CNN headline, and now their job is requiring them to use it. Now they're coming to me asking like, oh, so how do I do it? So, and I say that to say like that's somebody that's close. Think about everybody else. Like I went through the pandemic. I saw some of these teachers, they're not all that IT savvy. So then everybody's not jumping on the AI bandwagon, even though they're making it available to education. That doesn't mean every teacher is going to, you know, adopt to it or even know how to adopt to it. So I think what we're doing is going to be very valuable over the next, I say 2-3 years, because everybody's going to adopt at a different at a different speed. Because once they make it required, you got your early adopters, then you have your next phase, and then it becomes popular, and then you got your laggards. I don't know how that looks because the AI learning curve goes so steep, but the learning curve is still the same with people. So we're going to be all the way up here where it's still so many people that's still down here.
We're there right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about specifically in the education field, specifically where they could have been like, they didn't want to learn it, but now they have to learn it. So it's now it starts there with them. But AI is already up here and they're still here. And it's like, you still have to deal with that learning curve. And I think that's where we're going to be very valuable to help with that. Like, you know, help with some of those growing pains.
Google sent out and saying is they're now telling the teacher, they're telling them when they have this that Gemini will be in all classrooms. Google is reimagining education for the AI era, smart, safe, and scalable. And they're going to give them opt-out. You have an opt-out window for admins, 45-day grace period. But Gemini plans on being fully effective, and that
so think about that. They're creating their whole pipeline.
It's that part. That's why I'm sitting over here. I'm like, oh,
because I'm looking at that. Like you're creating a generation of people that's only familiar with Gemini because that's what they have to do. Because CPS, Google chimed in and was like, you can't use Zoom. You need to use Google Meets or whatever Google's virtual video thing is. Like you have to use it. You couldn't use another platform. So think about it. In a corporate sector, Microsoft was really relying on the corporate sector to feed their Copilot, but they got pushback because the corporate employees do not want Copilot. They want ChatGPT. So the corporation is like, well, we're not going to sign up for it because our employees don't want it. So think about Gemini, what Google is doing Gemini into the schools where if you got the kids doing it, what are they going to use? What else are they going to use? That's what they learned that's what they learned on their first exposure to it. So they're going to be more comfortable with that. And that's the one that they're going to cook with, right? That's the one that's going to go. So
our generation was the test dummies for that. I don't mean to call us dummies, but we were the data users for that rollout. Our entire generation. They figured out how to roll it out. Right. So now that they're just scaling younger and younger and younger until it's like, oh, hey, we're in the schools. This is now the new norm.
Yeah. They just
this is the new norm.
You remember how you were showing us about the Notebook LM? They just said that the AI tools for students, Google is opening Notebook LM AI tools for students under 18, that they will all be knowing this by the time they leave out for the school year. Like,
so they're going to give it to them in podcast format. Imagine that.
Well, no, the podcast format is its bonus feature. Like, its core feature is something different. I only introduced the podcast feature, and that's like their beta fluff on it. But the notebook itself,
that generation receives information because that's the new norm.
That's the new norm.
I was reading someplace that the generation that is now, the children that are now, that are in school now, they will be probably the last generation that will be reading like how we read. Because the new generations coming up will be reading in the text form, or like they won't be reading how we do, like
My daughter
Before-
learned how to read on a Zoom call.
Right.
Like-
You see?
During COVID, right?
Yeah, during COVID.
Just like
Like-
they got rid of cursive.
It's
And
a
it-
new world.
And we
Yo,
did
it
Hooked on
is.
Phonics, and I learned about this new thing called Haggerty. And the
Oh, yeah.
the whole process was like, that's not how that word sounds. Like they put all the word because phonics was like you break up the word, like profit productions. Whereas Haggerty did something like pro at, and I was like, that's not how you're gonna get it. But my daughter sure enough said the word. Like I was like, whoa. I guess I'm old now. I'm officially old that I don't know how to like understand
No.
teaching the reading.
I don't understand their
You
math
seasoned, dude.
nowadays
You
either.
And the new math.
Seasoned.
The new math is
The new
that
math.
I get that. I'm the
Yeah.
numbers
That's
guy,
gangsta.
so I get that part.
Hey, but it doesn't have to be that hard, bro. Two
But,
plus two is still 4.
I want to commend
not.
all of us for sticking. I want to commend
It's like
all
it's not anymore.
guys. I want to take a moment to commend all of us for sticking with what we love to do. Even though when people got on our Facebook page and they're saying like, "Yo, what the hell?" Excuse me for, but I can say, "What the hell you posting, girl? What happened? I thought we were doing cooking videos. What happened? What's all this tech stuff?" But I want to say, I want to commend us because I remember how we all were in it and we're learning and how we went from being, or I did Copilot, all these different things. And now I'm, and now look, in less than 3 years, 2 years,
Mhm.
it is now going to be pushed through the door of education.
The
And
norm.
even like us saying those things like, you guys have to learn how to prompt. They're actually going to be teaching teachers and children how to do this. So what we're doing now and what we did then is really now taking form and walking and talking like we are those, and so I want to commend everybody. I want to commend all of us. I'm proud of all of us. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
no
that's
longer
real
a
talk.
thing anymore. It's something that we all, I'm proud of us. I'm truly proud. Yeah.
I second that. For real, for real. There's a circle of us that have really been pushing over the last 18 months to try and expose as many people as possible to creatively how we do what we do. There's a group that we go out of our way to share the information, do outreach, try and mesh and blend groups of creative individuals together. There's a group of us that teach. There's a group of us that test all the tools. Like it's a community effort, if I'm being completely honest. Like I appreciate the fact that Uriah can get beta test some tools and tell me about it before I have an opportunity to look it up and see what it does. And he's like, "Oh, dog, you gotta see this thing. Yo, go look this up. Go look this up." That really has helped us as a group grow at such an exponential rate. We're really far ahead. And so I appreciate the fact that I'm constantly seeing our peer group now doing the same thing for others. They're going out of their way to teach. They're going out of their way to help somebody who's struggling. They're going out of their way to explain a tool, how they use it. I really,
Or getting jobs, right? Like getting gigs.
Yeah.
Like,
real talk.
Well, look, like
it's-
Kim making videos for Layla
I'm
Hathaway.
saying,
I mean-
boom,
I'm saying,
boom.
but the ability to collectively work against a lot of stereotypes that work against us, I think that there is a solid group of us that have gone above and beyond to work around and navigate around that. And so I want to applaud everybody that applies to. I know if I go down a list, I'm going to miss somebody's name. So I want to just thank everybody that applies to. I think you guys are the reason that this community continues to grow. Honestly. I think this was a really good episode.
Yeah, really
I know we went a little longer than we had initially planned, but I think this was a really good full conversation. I wonder if Adam, you can tell the people anything you got going on, anything that you want to talk about, and or where they can find you on socials.
As you guys have seen, I'm diving more into my creative work. I'm trying to explore more to keep myself grounded in what I'm doing. So a lot of my work is changing because I'm becoming more familiar, and I'm wanting to get better at certain things. So that's probably what I'm doing lately. And then, of course, you can find me at right here on Linktree. You can also find me on all social media outlets. That's pretty much. I'm so happy to be back today. I wanted to sing that song, "Welcome back, welcome back." That's what I wanted to do. But this is a really good conversation, and I just in that moment, because I'm still processing our conversation, I'm really proud of us. I'm really, truly proud of us. And I just thought Lewis just made this big, and us just continuing to keep going. I can't even imagine where we're going to be at in the next couple of months, especially, So anyway, that's all I have to say. Yeah, that's it.
Uriah, Mr. Uriah AI. What you got for us, where?
You can find me here. Like, you can find me right on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, under my name, Uriah Muhammad, or profit.productions.ai. You can go to the Link app, and you could get everything. It's also right here. Let's see if that even focuses.
Hey,
yes. Extra.
Yes.
I can't stand him. Oh my God.
Got to stay a step ahead of everybody else and keep focusing. And that's really what I want to focus on. I want to focus on those who are ready to level up, who have started a business that they need a little bit of help on. Because it's easy to start the business, but it's a little bit harder to keep that business flowing. So once you get into your first, second, third year, that's when you realize oh, I missed this part. Oh, I need to do this part. I need to do that. And that's where I could kind of help you, guide you in the right direction, to point you in the right direction on how to focus and hone in on whatever you're trying to do. I'm getting really heavily into the data aspect. So if you have any Power BI, if you're a manager out there, I think we're all leveling up. I think we're all talked about it, and everybody's taking a step up. So between this year and next year, I think a lot of people will be getting that promotion that they've been looking for, which means you're going to be in management, which means you're going to be having to report the results of whatever project you're doing. And you're probably going to be able to benefit from Power BI because more than likely your company uses Microsoft 365. And if you need to use Power BI, you need help developing that model and creating something that can take a lot of stress off of your plate, or even understand what reporting is. A lot of people I know don't even understand what reporting their metrics mean, or why they have to do it, or why they might have gotten passed up for that position because they didn't understand what their KPIs were. So I can help get you to that next level. If any of these sound familiar, reporting, metrics, KPIs, KRIs, that's when you want to talk to me. I'm still doing the creative side, but I think I'm focusing now more so on the data side, because I think that's where a lot of people are going to need that information. The data analysis, we have a lot of the information. We need to be able to level up, take a step back and understand what it all means. So that's where I'm at. You can hit me up there. Send me a direct message. I make myself available.
Yo, let me just say, I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. Why he had to put the QR code? You know what? Next week, so we're just gonna stop it. Next week, Uriah goes first, because you saw how he just did me like that with that QR code. Like, what we doing? We could have talked about that.
Girl, the QR codes are a real thing.
Everywhere.
Hey, girl,
they've been there.
I got QR codes.
Well, here's my QR code.
I'm done with you. I can't. Yeah.
y'all.
Okay, real quick, let me just do our last updates for this show. So this week we've got, let me just remind everyone, if you haven't already, go be sure to follow the Leadership Lounge Network page on Facebook, and on YouTube, follow our Leadership Lounge Network channel on YouTube. We are starting up that page so that you can get dedicated content from the show, all the clips on that page. That way it's a little more streamlined and you can find everything all in one place. 2, I am going to be updating the guide section within Unleashed AI Creativity. So I know everybody's been asking about video production tutorials, talking about how we do what we do. I saved a section in the guides that I'm going to be starting to update now. One other thing, you may or may not have noticed this last week, that at Martial Artistry, we unveiled 2 new AI agents. So if you didn't get a chance, you probably saw me looking a little different, but still talking. So that is going to be one of the AI agents. You can call him Trey for now. And then Jen launched another AI agent, so you will get a chance to meet Poppy as well. So those are 2 of the updates on both of our pages that you'll see. It's going to be a little different over the coming weeks, but you're going to get to see both AI Twin and real content. So it's going to be a hybrid of both for a little bit. So I would love some feedback because it's such a new thing. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Aside from that, we got some new video content coming to Martial Artistry. I've got a schedule change for next week, so I will not be here next week. This will probably be my last week that I missed for the coming next couple of months. So I hope to see you guys when I get back in 2 weeks. Other than that, you can find me on all platforms at Martial Artistry. If you need anything from me, I'm here to be a resource. So you can always drop it in my DMs. You can drop it in the comments on any piece of content that you see. I'm here to help with any and everything that I can. Aside from that, I think this was a really, really, really great conversation, honestly. And I would love to extend this maybe behind the VIP wall. Let's have a little more in-depth conversation about this in the VIP lounge section. So look forward to that in the coming months. We'll keep you in the loop on that. Other than that, I love y'all. I really did miss y'all, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. I do want to close out and just say rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. I didn't want to get into it during the show, but can't close it out without saying rest in peace. And thank you for all that you've done for our culture and community and being just a really good example. I, for one, wouldn't be the person that I am without that character, Theo Huxtable. So I just want to say thank you. Can't close out the show without it. Other than that, I love y'all. I appreciate you for sharing this Sunday with us. And we look forward to seeing you again very, very, very soon. Be sure to hit that follow button, share this with a friend. And I love y'all. We are out. Peace.